You know, the essential thing in life is learning how to love. Love is unconditional. When you get to know Christ, you give out of yourself without expecting anything in return. That's what the true apologist would do. My name is Maxim. I was born here in Russia, in the region of Samara. I'm currently a pastor of 2 small churches. I think one of the reasons of the failure of Christian churches in Russia is our extremely limited perception of Russian Orthodoxy. Class in apologetics really changed my mind. Before, I used to think of Russian Orthodox as idol worshippers. I lacked love for these people. I didn't understand them. This was my illiteracy. These classes changed me. In some ways, I changed my attitude where it was wrong in the first place. Loving, helping, sacrificing of your time, of your means, without expecting anything in return. This is Christianity in practice. I used to live in a small natural gas producing city called Aksai. I started my ministry by actually helping a wall socket for a neighbor of mine. We had a cup of tea together. I brought her some medications later. She introduced me to her friends and relatives. They came to me with questions, issues. And when I was leaving the city, I left behind a group of believers. It's easy to preach. It's more important, though, to serve. I was born right here in the city of Oryol. Later in life, I started learning the Hebrew language. It was then that I started reading the Old Testament in the original. The harmony of the Bible, the levels of meaning found in the Bible, could have been given by God only, nobody else. This was the metanoia the Bible is talking about, the transformation that made me go and continue my education at seminary. I was working, so I couldn't go to sessions or to trainings. However, distance education allows me to take classes whenever I like, night or early morning, whenever it's comfortable for me. I was greatly touched by a class taught by Pastor Ronnie Stevens on the book of Genesis. He sees the biblical story as his family story, in a way as his own story. And when you look at the Bible as the beginning of your own family, you begin to love not just Jacob, Isaac, Abraham, but even Cain and Esau. You try to understand why they acted the way they did. I do comparative analysis of biblical texts. To me, this is one of the major instruments in preparing the apologetic messages for Christianity. No, apologetics is not just a research discipline. Rather, it's us becoming like God in our love for people. It is not just our own faith that we protect. We present God's viewpoint. We help people to approach God. The class of apologetics has helped me to realize that people have inertia in their thinking. They cannot be transformed at once. I became more patient. In the past, I used to think that one conversation was enough. Now I know that sometimes 10 conversations are not enough. The way of Christ has been presented. It is now my goal to explain it to my neighbors, so that they would be changed in their lives.